Knights had one base hit off of Kiesel by Trip Ellison, and then he set the rest of them down. So left Ellison on first base. Or on second, I'm sorry, after a stolen base. Now Hunter Phillips at the bat. So far in the bottom of the first half, Van Richards with a base hit out to right field, followed up by E.J. Richards double to left. Connor Cox came up with a 2-run double out to right center. And then y'all just watched Cameron Brewer strike out for the first out of the bottom of the first. So right now it's Russell County 2, Calvary Christian 0 here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 down, 1 on for the Russell County Warriors. And hit out to third, gathered up by Osborne. Let's throw it across the diamond. It's going to sail a little bit, but the height of Hokut helps. And he's able to get the tag down and get him out. So a 5-3 put out off the bat of Hunter Phillips by Osborne to Hokut for the second out of the inning here. And that'll bring up the first baseman, number 9, Carson Carswell. Again, season opening game for both teams here. Calvary Christian coming in with 6 straight GIAA championships. Russell County in third year under Coach Danny Danielson, looking to keep improving with him trying to build the program here. Couldn't have been much of a better start as that one goes over the backstop towards the entrance of the ball field for strike one. So 0-1 count now on Carswell, the Russell County first baseman. Breaking ball, drops in on the inner half. 0-2 count here. Reed looking to get out of this. 23 pitches already here in the bottom of the first inning. And he drops another breaking ball. That one battled off by Carswell down the third base line. Keeps him alive here with an 0-2 count. Deep in a hole here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. But after that last ground ball, it had moved Connor Cox over to third, so he's just 90 feet away from being the third run to score here as they try to continue to put crooked numbers on the board for the Warriors here. A little bit of a waste pitch. And again, this first inning here, as you're watching on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, brought to you by Carol Purdue and State Farm Insurance. Here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live as we get ready here. Next pitch, 1-2 count. Carswell. That one goes a little bit low below the knees there and drops down. 2-2 to even things up. Looks like Reed trying to settle in here. Again, first game of the season for both teams. Ryder Kiesel with a good top half. That one right up the middle. Can it dribble through? It's picked up by Stone, but not in time. So Carswell with an RBI single up the middle of the infield there to knock in another run for the Russell County Warriors, and that makes it 3-0 here as they're looking to try to build on all the progress they've been making during the offseason, talking to Coach Danielson prior to the season. And that'll bring up Victor Hernandez, the DH, number 42. Coming in the lefty. 1-0 count as that one goes low. Right now with Carson Carswell over at first base after that infield RBI single that just dribbled past Reed towards second base. Stone unable to get to it in time to be able to make a throw. And that one crosses the black to even the count. 1-1 now on Hernandez. 7th batter of the inning for the Russell County Warriors. And that one falls short, probably about 57 feet. 2-1 count now on Hernandez, the DH for the Warriors. Again, Calvary coming off of 6 straight GIAA state championships. Looking to try to build on it, but Russell County coming out with a strong first half of their inning at the plate with 3 runs already here in the first. And another one hit hard, but it's out there to Smith. He scoops it up, gets it over to Hokut in time to end the inning. And that'll do it right there for the first inning as we head to the top half of the second. Russell County 3, Calvary Christian 0 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, top half of the second. As you see Kiesel, Ryder Kiesel back out onto the mound for the Warriors. Starting off this inning for Calvary Christian, we'll see. Looks like Brady Reed, William Hilton, and Fitz Stone be coming up to the plate to start things off for the Knights. As Russell County came out hitting the ball hard off of Reed there in the first inning. He's hoping to maybe get a little bit of retribution here as they leads off the top half of the second. And if y'all are able to hear a little bit of wind through the mic, it's a fun day out here. Just windy, a little bit of overcast, nice weather. But we're up on top of the press box here enjoying the elements. Just a beautiful day out here for baseball. You see the cloud cover behind you. Russell County's beautiful turf field as well. And first pitch swinging, he misses it. 0-1 count for Ryder Kiesel. That one in the dirt to even things up, 1-1. Kiesel with 14 pitches in that first inning. Took to get out of it. Just 4 batters. Struck out Osborne to start out the game. Gave up a hit and a stolen base to Ellison. Caused Kennedy to pop up to short, and Hocutt grounded out to the first baseman who took it himself to the bag. Fly out to center field. That was tracked down and caught by Schaffner. First out of the inning here in the second. And that'll bring up the Calvary Christian designated hitter number 4, William Hilton. Stepping into the box on the left-hand side here.
Now ready. Number 4, William Hilton.
So far, Kiesel looking pretty comfortable on the mound so far for Russell County. It is early, but still, looks like he may have gotten him to chase there, and he did. As they check down to the umpire, Hilton unable to stop his swing. Goes just far enough to get called there, so 0-1 count on the Knights designated hitter. That one just a little bit outside to even things up, 1-1 now. And that one hit out towards second base. Backhanded, unable to get it cleanly though, and get it over in time is Phillips. So Hilton will reach base on the E4. That'll put him on first base after the error by Phillips. That'll bring up Fitz Stone, the shortstop, for the Calvary Christian Knights. As the Knights look to get something going here. And inside in the dirt, ball 1 to start things off on Stone. Again, Hilton over at first base now, on base. 1 out here in the top half of the second. And that one crosses the plate to even things up, 1-1 now. Stone looks to try to continue the inning, maybe get back a run or two that Russell County was able to score in the bottom half of the first. Outside, ball 2, makes it a 2-1 count now on Stone, the Knights shortstop. On deck for the Knights is Braxton Wilkinson, also the starting quarterback for the football team here. Again, Calvary Christian plays in the GIAA in Georgia in Class 4A. Russell County in the Alabama High School Athletic Association 6A. As they went through both, well, I guess the GHSA, not the GIAA, went through reclassifications, but so did Alabama. So with Alabama getting rid of the 7A, Russell County will be in 5A next year. Inside, that makes it a 3-1 count now on Stone.
Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing good today, brother.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to come on the broadcast here because I've been trying to get the broadcast up. It's great to be back at Russell County.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. A little breezy as that one drops over the plate to make it a full count now on Fitz Stone.
Mike, this is an absolute gorgeous ballpark. I forgot how gorgeous this was. I used to PA announce some games here back in 2022. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. It is. I love the turf out here. The way it looks, that little bit of that artificial dark dirt as that one goes over there and he looks at it for strike 3 does Stone as he's set down for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout for Kiesel, and that'll bring up the left fielder Braxton Wilkinson. Oh yeah, we've known him to be a little bit of the QB on the gridiron there for the Knights and Coach Brunson. As he comes in, 8th batter in the order for the Knights. Still with Hilton over at first base there after reaching on the error by Phillips. And he jams him inside, able to get him late on that one for strike 1. Again, Kiesel, impressive so far in this game. I know it's early, but just to see these young men come out first ball game of the year. If he's throwing like this in the first game of the year, I hate to see what he looks like mid-season form. As he takes off for second, throw down, not going to be in time. As that one goes to the left side of the bag by Cannon. So stolen base by Hilton. That's the second stolen base of the day for the Knights. And that makes it an 0-2 count now, I believe, on Wilkinson. Called strike by the umpire there.
Mike, I'm really impressed with the crowd. Obviously, these are two historic baseball teams that have won championships.
Oh, yeah, Russell County trying to build back after the Rasmus days and Danielson coming in, trying to build this program, doing a good job of it so far. That one goes over the plate, and he gets him looking for strike 3, the third one of the game. Back-to-back strikeouts looking by Kiesel, and that sends us to the bottom half of the second inning with Russell County still up 3-0 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Let's kick off 2026 with a bang. We will not be undersold. Powerful full-size GMC Sierras up to $14,000 off. GMC 2500 heavy-duty pickup up to $9,000 off. No payments until springtime. Get your lowest price guaranteed today. Smart people from all over the USA come to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to smile.
And we're back here at Russell County High School for the season opener for both teams. Calvary Christian taking on the Russell County Warriors here. Russell County with an early 3-0 lead as they came out swinging the bats hot there in that first inning off of Brady Reed. As we bring up now,
This is a little bit of a reunion for the first base coach, Michael Long Jr., who was on Steve Smith's staff at the Columbus Challenge.
oh, nice. A little bit of a baseball community reunion there as Carter Cannon stepping to the plate, number 30. He's the catcher for Russell County. Takes the first pitch for a ball to start off the second. Brady Reed looking to have a better outcome here in this inning. He threw 31 pitches in that first inning. Gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. So hoping to try to settle down here, get that first inning out of the way. You know, some of the best pitchers always struggle in the first inning. You got to think of Glavin, guys like that, where they gave up, you know, basically if they made it out of the first, they were good throughout the rest of the ball game. As that one paints the black, and that puts Cannon in the hole now, 1-2. So we got a 1-2 count on the catcher for the Warriors. Here leading off the bottom half of the second. Off speed, that one drops in just a little bit high, and that evens the count 2-2 now. On deck for the Russell County Warriors is the center fielder, Harley Schaffner. And a swing and a miss, strike 3 for Cannon. That'll be the second strikeout of the day for Reed as he starts off the inning much better than the last one went for him.
Number 16, Harley Schaffner.
Schaffner up to bat now, number 16, the center fielder. Number 9 hole hitter for the Russell County Warriors. You see Van Richards, who led off the game with a hit to right for the Warriors, on deck now, the left fielder. And he squares around a bunt and just taps it back towards the catcher, unable to get it out in front. And that drops in for a strike, foul ball. 0-1 count now on Schaffner. Looking to try to, look like he tried to catch Russell Calvary a little bit off guard there by dropping the bunt down. And that one just coming in a little bit low to even things up, 1-1. Brady Reed looking a lot more in control of his location here in this second inning. As that one paints the black on the outside corner to put Schaffner in the hole, 1-2. Here with nobody on and 1 out. Again, beautiful day out here. I got a little bit of a breeze, so it feels good.
Blowing straight to left field.
Yes, it is. It's blowing straight out to the left. And that was poked down the right field line. It's going to almost go over that fence there, but not quite go out of play.
Have opposite field power.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if anybody's able to, you get a righty up there that can end up turning on one inside. We might see one leave the yard today. See a couple of the old pickup trucks out there behind the scoreboard, and that one's dribbled out towards the pitcher. Reed picks it up, throws it over to first, and it's going to be wide, but it's backed up by Reese in right field. So Schaffner will reach base on an error that time by the pitcher, Brady Reed. A little bit of a throwing error, tried to hurry that bunt coverage up, and Hocut unable to come up with it, even with the height and the size of him at first. So with Schaffner on first base now, 1 down, that'll bring back up the leadoff hitter, Van Richards, who had a hit out to right field and scored in the first inning.
Russell County team looks so different from the team that, PA announced a couple of those games. That was a transition period. They had an intercoach.
Taking off for second base is Schaffner, and he's going to slide in head first for the safe stolen base. As Richards takes the first pitch for a strike. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a turnaround here lately. You look at 2 years ago, Russell County finished their season 8-23. Went 10-16 last year, a little bit better, but I believe it's going to be a lot bigger year for them this year, just looking at the way this squad looks so far. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Russell County, if his dream job didn't open up in Harris County.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, Tony would have been out here, but Tony's also one of the reasons why Danny Danielson is out here as the head coach now. So, and Danny, a former Russell County Warrior himself, was on a state title team, went and played for the Dodgers, got drafted out of high school and played for the Dodgers. So, came back to his alma mater, and he looks to lead this team back to the prolific history that they had there early in the 2000s into the mid 2000s.
When you have an assistant coach in Michael Long Jr., turned around the Carver baseball team, coming back, he wanted to come back to his alma mater.
Oh, most definitely. You want to. And then a swing and a miss by Richards over the plate, and that's going to be strike 3 to make the second out of the inning.
You know, it made sense for the drive.
On to the plate, number 11, Ethan Richards.
I love Michael Long Jr. He was actually my broadcasting colleague. He helped call some games on Coach Alabama Sports Live
Awesome.
during football season. But I know he's been really busy. He's a brand new father. And it's great to finally get to call a game with him over there as the first base coach.
Awesome. And that one's going to be chopped out towards first base, picked up. Reed unable to get to it, has to scoop it back up, able to get it over in time to hoe cut to end the inning there. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base for Russell County as we head to the top half of the third. Russell County still up 3-0 on Calvary on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here at Russell County High School for the third inning here. So far, Kiesel able to do his job so far. Just held Calvary to 1 hit, 1 error. Had 2 runners he's been able to strand on base. 29 pitches through 2 innings. And that brings up the 9-hole hitter for the Knights, Bo Reese, the right fielder. And he pokes one out towards center field. Schaffner under it, and he gathers that one up on the first pitch of the third inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Kiesel and the Russell County defense, and that'll bring back up the leadoff hitter for Calvary, Nate Osborne, who struck out in the first inning on 3 pitches, 3 strikes. So Kiesel mowing through it, just 30 pitches here through 2 1/3. And swing and a miss, strike 1 on Osborne. So far, Kiesel just going after Osborne right there. That's so far 4 pitches, 4 strikes. Swinging and missing for Osborne. And he throws one right across the outside there to make it 0-2 and put him in an immediate hole. So Kiesel in firm control here. This at bat, you want to know if he's going to try to go after Osborne here, maybe throw a little bit of a waste pitch, see if he'll chase something. And Osborne leans into it and takes it off the forearm, so he'll go to first base on a hit by pitch. Kiesel just letting it get away from him just a little bit on the inside there. So that tends to be a theme so far in this game. Is get the first out, let the second man on every inning so far for Russell County with Calvary at bat. And that'll bring up Trip Ellison, the center fielder, who had a hit out to center field and a stolen base and was stranded at second in that first inning.
Trip Ellison was the leadoff hitter last year. Great having a 2-hole hitter that can be a leadoff hitter, but Osborne is the leadoff hitter. I like this new look Calvary.
Oh, yeah, I was talking to Coach before the matchup today, and He was talking about their scrimmage last week. They played the GIAA 2A state champ for a scrimmage game, a little preseason action. We're actually able to beat them 17-2. Yeah, Gatewood. They were able to beat them, and he said it was kind of surprised him as well with how well they played. So let's see if they can try to make a little bit of a run here in the third inning. And that one's hit out towards left field by Ellison. Looks like Richards is under it. And Van Richards is going to collect that one for the second out of the inning. As you see, Osborne heading back to first base. So that'll give the Calvary Christian Knights 2 outs now. And that'll bring up the catcher for the Knights, Jackson Kennedy, who popped up to short his first time up. Cox able to get up under that one and get the second out in that first inning. So 1 on, 2 down for Calvary Christian here in the top half of the third. Taking off for second base. Looks like he's going to get that one. Osborne easily into second base as that one short hops the shortstop, Cox. I'm sorry, that was Phillips over there covering. So third stolen base. Each inning so far, they've been able to get the guy on first base. He's been able to take second, but not able to get past there. So runner in scoring position every inning for Calvary Christian, just nothing to show for it on the scoreboard so far. 1-0 count. And a little bit of a breaking ball there. Broke a little bit too early. Didn't quite finish through on that one. You can kind of see he let go of it a little bit too soon there, and it stayed inside, so it makes it a 2-0 count now on Kennedy. A little bit of a discussion between him and Cannon at the mound. I'm not. I believe I was about to say playing Saraland in the state playoffs down there. Good old Hornets. And that one goes over for a strike to make it 2-1 now on Kennedy. Osborne still at second base for the Knights here in a 3-0 ball game. See if Kiesel can try to get out of this mini jam right here in the third inning. A little behind in the count. That one just a little bit inside, so that makes it a hitter's count now for Kennedy. That made it 3-1 for the Calvary catcher as they look to do some damage here and try to cut into this Russell County Warrior lead in the third inning. And he gets that one. I thought it was on the inside corner. I about called it too soon. But it's going to be ball 4, and it's going to be a walk. And that sends Kennedy over to first base, so that makes it now runners on first and second for Calvary. Looks like Coach Smith bringing in a courtesy runner. That's going to be number 5, Jackson Samra. Oh, yeah, Hokut, yeah.
He had a very good game against Colby Summers. They should be playing this Saturday. They just got
Yeah, I saw where they were upset down there, 6 versus 11 seed, unable to get out of that with the win. But Hokut hadn't really had a break all year. Started off on the football team, went right to basketball, and went right, yeah. And within a week, he's out here on the baseball field. So as he takes the first pitch outside, ball 1, grounded out the first base unassisted to end that first inning. So he's 0 for 1 on the day, looking to get a hit here with Osborne on second and Kennedy on first. Yeah, Hokut, great defender on the football team, a great post player on the basketball team, and a great first baseman. Actually got a baseball scholarship, so he'll be going down to, I believe it's Lurleen B. Wallace he'll be heading to play baseball. So now 2-0 count on Hokut. A little bit of control issues here in this third inning by Kiesel as he hit Nate Osborne to get him on base with an 0-2 count. As that one drops in on the inside corner to make it 2-1. Turn around and walk Kennedy on 5 pitches. And with that strike right there, makes it a 2-1 count on Hokut. And that was going to be in the dirt, ball 3. Oh, yeah, great movement back here behind the plate by Cannon. He's not been able to throw anybody out still in second yet, but he's been able to block a few, at least keep him from advancing on wild pitches and pass balls. So 3-1 pitch upcoming here from Kiesel. And he fouls that one back into the parking lot over the backstop. That makes it a full count now on Hokut, 3-2. Here with 2 down in the top of the 3rd inning.
I tell you what, Mike, we really got to keep our head on the swivel. Those foul balls can land.
Oh, yeah. I'm keeping the head. I got one hand free at all times. Full count. That was going to be in the dirt, ball 4, and that'll load the bases for Calvary. As you saw both runners going on the pitch. Doesn't matter anyway, as that was ball 4, so I'll load them up for Brady Reed, the pitcher. He flew out to lead off the 2nd inning. So far, 3 ducks on the pond, I guess you could say, for Calvary, but out of all 3 on base, none of them have gotten a hit to get on base. That one's poked back to the screen here for an 0-1 count on Reed. Again, Osborne reaching on a hit by pitch. Kennedy walked, and then Hokut walked right behind him to load the bases here. Kiesel tries to get out of it. Starts off good with the first pitch strike on Reed. And Reed hits it out to short. It's going to be gathered up out there by Cox. Throws it across the infield. That's going to be scooped up. Great play by Carswell at first to end the inning with the bases loaded. That could have been ugly there, but great play at first by Carswell to keep it a 3-0 game. So we get ready for the bottom half of the 3rd here. No runs, no hits, 3 left on base for the Calvary Christian Knights as we'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning at Russell County High School here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. 3-0 Russell County as they head to the plate. Leading off shortstop who just made the play in the last inning. How many times do you hear that in baseball? You make the last out of the last inning, you come up leading off the next inning from the – oh, yeah. So see if Cox has something big. And that one drops in over the plate for strike 1 from Reed. You know, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, and Houston Clinic for helping us bring these broadcasts to you guys out here. You can watch from home or at work. Unable to make it, as that one sails high from Reed. Even the count, 1-1 on Connor Cox. Cox was able to hit that 2-run double in the first inning to get the scoring started for Russell County. And he pokes another one up the middle out to center. That's going to be gathered up by Ellison and brought in. So Cox now 2 for 2 on the day as he leads off the third inning with a base hit.
Second box, number 54.
And that'll bring up the right fielder, Cameron Brewer, number 54, struck out swinging his first at bat to get the first out in the first inning. Looking to try to, as they try to get a quick throw over to first and catch Cox not paying attention, but he was ready and dove back with plenty of time. Nice little pickoff move there by Reed over the hoe cut, but no good in doing it. And that one just a little bit outside from Reed, so it starts off the count on Brewer 1-0. Again, you got to look at like the matchup here. You got two championship programs going at it. Russell County, of course, won it years ago, but still the community behind him. That one thrown over to Cox, and they're going to get him napping. A little bit of a nap over there by Cox, and it was a good throw by Reed. Quick move over to first, but Hocut able to dive in and get the tag.
Yeah, Mike, I'm glad you mentioned that championship team. Tony Rasmus, you know he could coach. He's coached Lakeside School, back-to-back champions in the AISA. How about the Rasmus brothers? Both playing in the Major Leagues. Rasmus and his daughter in the Little League World Series last year.
Oh, yeah.
Southeast Regional.
Oh, you got to think with the teams they come up with or whatever. I mean, you got to think some of the players that came through. You speak of the Rasmus kids. You've also got Casey Kiker. Even the head coach here at Russell County, Danny Danielson, was on the team with Kiker. So, I mean, a lot of pitching came through Russell County for a time there, about 4 or 5 years. And you can kind of see some of that work Coach Danielson's obviously been working on with Kiesel. You can see it kind of paying dividends so far just here in this first game. Because Calvary Christian, I mean, people will look down and say, yeah, it's a GIAA team, but it's a GIAA team that plays good competition and have won 6 straight state championships. As that one's outside, and that'll even the count 2-2 on Brewer now. Here with 1 out. Again, Cox reached first with a base hit out to center to start things off, and they got picked off at first base. Brewer pokes out at that one to try to just battle and stay alive, and does so. So for Russell County to come out here against a 6-time defending state champion and be able to jump out of this lead, I mean, it's an impressive feat. You know, Coach Danielson has to feel good about that. First game of the season coming in, try to get that little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence going for his team. As Brewer pokes that one down the left field line, is going to stay fair, and it won't. As that hops over the fence. And that'll keep it a 2-2 count now. Of course, you got Steve Smith with Calvary, the athletic director, and also the head baseball coach, leading to all these state titles. Numerous wins. I don't know how many, a couple hundred wins just in the last couple of seasons. That one's fouled back past us over the screen. And that'll stay alive here as we look forward to the 8th pitch of the at-bat on Brewer.
And it also has to be noted, he was the manager of the Columbus Chapter. I think when it's all said and done, the fact that he coached college kids
Yeah.
is pretty impressive. Obviously, he did a great job with the Chapter. Got to know him in that 2020 season.
Poked out to center field by Brewer. And right there up under it was Ellison. Didn't have to move too much. Look, he took a little bit of a step in at first, realized he didn't need to. Got right up under it for the second out of the inning. So good little at-bat by Brewer there. He's able to stay on it. Down 0-2, 1-2. Battle back to an even count, get it out to center field, and get a nice little hit, but Ellison was just right there for the catch for the second out. So that'll bring up Hunter Phillips, the second baseman. He grounded out to third base over to Osborne, his last at-bat in the first inning. And he'll move out of the way of that one inside to make it a 1-0 count now. Look out now. And that one over the inside part of the plate there to even things up 1-1. Seems like Reed's kind of settled in after that first inning, where he gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. That one up the middle, and it's going to sneak through up under the glove of Smith into center field. So another base hit by the Warriors as Phillips gets first base. And that'll put him on first base. 2 outs for Carson Carswell, the first baseman, who had that infield hit for an RBI up the middle in that first inning.
Number 9, Carson Carswell.
Yeah, he kind of hit one in that first inning that kind of just dribbled past Reed and just kind of stopped around the second base bag. Nobody was able to make a play on it at all, so I was able to score a run. And he'll poke this one straight back. And it's going to be a strike, as we were both kind of, yeah. You're like, let's see, ball to nose.
I tell you, Mike, all said and done, you got the best seat in the
Oh, definitely. I love this view right here up top.
top of the press box.
Yeah, it's a beautiful view up here. And we're playing a little bit. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of. We should get hazard pay. I'm gonna talk to Thrift and Tony about it out here. Little hazard pay as we got to worry about these foul balls getting to us. That's just me being fat. That was all that was. So even count now on Carswell, the first baseman. Made a great play at the end of the last inning to dig that third out, dig that throw across the diamond out to get the third out of the inning with Calvary having the bases loaded, looking to do a little damage there, able to shut it down. Let's see if we can continue to keep things going here with 2 outs in the third inning for the Warriors. And he pokes it out. It's going to go in the 5-6 hole out to left field. Another base hit there by the Warriors. And that moves Phillips up. That's where that pickoff comes into play now. That first out of the inning where they were able to get Connor Cox leaning off of first. Otherwise, instead of having first and second with 2 down, it could be potentially bases loaded with 1 out here as you bring up the designated hitter, Victor Hernandez. He grounded out to second base his first time at the plate in that first inning. Looking to do a little damage here. He's got a little bit of a jam going on for Reed here with 2 outs. As that one drops into the dirt and taken off for third base is Phillips. Phillips is going to be in there, slide over the bag, but able to get back in time. And Carswell will go to go to second base as well.
Mike, you ever heard that all PA baseball announcers sound the same?
Yeah.
This guy kind of sounds like Ricky Rogers.
I can hear the resemblance. Yeah.
If you ever go to a north side game, you can hear Ricky do the PA, and he does fantastic.
And that was going to be poked over towards the softball field. That'll even the count up 1-1 on Hernandez. Yeah.
I met this guy back in 2022. That was the last time I was actually here when I PA'd out some Russell County games. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, it's a great community out here. A lot of they follow their Warriors very well, regardless of the sport. And swing and a miss. Strike 2 there.
It was fun because I got to play the walk-up songs.
Yeah.
Play the music between the innings.
So you're essentially just a talking DJ on a baseball field. Yeah. Reed steps off to recollect himself there, and that'll bring Kennedy out to talk to him on the mound to make sure they have the signals on the same page.
But here's a thing. I don't have an issue with Ballpark DJ. It's a nice app for Little League and all that stuff. But PA announcing is a lost art. And refer to Ballpark DJ.
True.
I know Alan Roach, the PA announcer for the NFL. It's cool to have him announce your Suns game.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you on that one. 1-2 pitch upcoming now from Reed. And waving at it for strike 3 is Hernandez. As you see Reed showing a little bit of motion there to end the third inning. As we're getting ready for the top half of the fourth, Calvary trying to get on the board still. Down 3-0 here at Russell County on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here at Russell County High School. The Warriors out to a 3-0 lead here, scoring 3 in the first. But it's been all goose eggs since then. As we're here in the top half of the fourth inning, then Calvary stepping up to the plate. The designated hitter leading things off, number 4, William Hilton. Reached on an error by Phillips in the second inning. As he'll call time. He didn't like how long, I guess, Kiesel was taking to get ready to throw the pitch. So he'll regroup here in the box. And that one's going to be low to start things off, ball 1. Especially with that one going across the plate there, going off the outside corner to even things up 1-1, especially on days like today. I mean, it's a little warmer. It's not your usual February day, but it's overcast, so it's a little bit windy, so it just feels good. So you can come out here and enjoy a ball game, relax in your seat with your friends and your family, and watch some good baseball here. I mean, you got to think Russell County, Calvary Christian to start things off, both teams' season opener. That's a great matchup. Swings and fouls that one off. It evens it up 2-2 now. Here leading off the fourth inning for Calvary. Kiesel set and ready to throw the 2-2 pitch to the plate. And that one's popped back to the screen to make it 2-2 still as he battles it. Here's Hilton. And fouled straight back again as it continues to stay 2-2 as he battles. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming for the designated hitter of the Knights. And outside corner, he catches him looking for the first out of the inning. Another beautiful pitch by Kiesel. That'll be his 4th strikeout of the day here to start off the 4th inning for the Russell County Warriors. So that'll bring up the shortstop, number 29, Fitz Stone, who struck out looking his first time at the plate in the 2nd inning. Kiesel coming into the inning with just 48 pitches on the day so far. A little high on that one, though. Is it 1-0 on Stone?
Yeah, what a great pitch.
So here's Stone back in the box here. And outside, ball 2. So Stone ahead in the count now, 2-0. And inside, ball 3. So with a 3-0 count, down 3-0. Nobody on base and one down. Does Steve Smith give Fitzstone the green light or have him sitting on this one regardless? And he was definitely not swinging, but that one right down the middle from Kiesel to make it 3-1. Still a batter's count here. And high and outside for ball 4. That'll send Stone over to first base. That's the 3rd walk of the day by Kiesel. So I'll bring up Braxton Wilkinson, the left fielder. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning as well to end the 2nd. Looking to put a ball in play here with a runner on first base for the Knights. As they got to get some kind of rally going as we're starting to run out of outs here in the 4th. Inside, ball 1. So 1-0 count now on Wilkinson. Fitzstone over at first. Everybody who's reached first for Calvary has stolen the base today. But it hasn't been able to amount to runs yet. Little throw over from Kiesel. And on the swipe, that one gets away from the first baseman, Carswell. So on the E3, Stone will make it to second base. So yeah, Carswell went to make the swipe in the tag at first, and the ball just flung right out of his glove towards the dugout. Just an unfortunate event there for the defense of Russell County. But that puts Stone at second base now, so with one down and a runner in scoring position, it's still a 1-0 count on Wilkinson. The two-sport athlete for the Calvary Christian Knights. And next pitch. And he swing, fouled back, tipped it off the catcher and the umpire. And that'll even the count up 1-1. Kiesel trying to get out of a little mini jam here, able to hold Calvary at bay pretty much all day long despite not yet having a 3-up, 3-down inning. Wilkinson set for the 1-1 pitch at the plate. And that one goes across the outside to make it 1-2 now, and that puts Kiesel ahead.
What a great pitch.
Wilkinson steps in, down 1-2 in the count. He's behind right now with one out. Stone on second base as he leads off. Throw back to second base. That's going to be gathered up by Cox. Really just a hey, how you doing throw back there. Not really a full pickoff move. Just making sure Stone knows that he knows he's back there. 1-2 count now, still upcoming with the next pitch from Kiesel. And that one was close. That evens the count 2-2. Got to give it to the umpire today, though. Not a whole lot of banter back and forth between fans. He's done a great job calling balls and strikes so far in this ball game. So not a whole lot you can say bad about the way the umpiring has been going today here in this first ball game at Russell County. 2-2 pitch from Kiesel. And he pops that one back. It's going to be towards the screen, and it's going to go into the bleachers. Out of play as he battles to stay alive here to keep it 2-2. So still 2-2 count, one down, one on for the Knights. As that beautiful breeze is hitting me in the back, going straight out towards left field. Like I said earlier, if anybody's able to get one and turn on it on the inside from the right-hand batter's box, it's going to be gone. Breaking ball, gets him swinging. Throw down to first base is going to be taken out. Cannon over to Carswell, so another strikeout by Wilkinson. So that'll be the 5th strikeout for Kiesel. But on the drop third strike and the throw over to first base on the strikeout, that lets Stone get over to third. So he's as close as he's been all night to trying to break onto the scoreboard for the Knights. And that'll bring up Bo Reese, the right fielder. Reese flew out to center field to lead off the third inning. Breaking ball. Doesn't quite break enough to hit that inside corner. So that first pitch drops in. Ball one. 1-0 count on Reese. Outside, ball two on the 9-hole hitter for the Calvary Knights. And that one drops down into the dirt to make it 3-0 on Bo Reese now. Nate Osborne, the Calvary Christian leadoff hitter, on deck. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and the hit by pitch, able to reach third in that third inning. Over the plate, strike one, as he was taken all the way. And in the dirt, ball four. And that'll be the fourth walk of the day from Kiesel. And that puts runners at the corners for Calvary Christian here with Nate Osborne up to the plate. Again, Nate Osborne 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third. So you've got Stone at third, Reese at first for Calvary now. And a little look to third and first, and both of them able to go back with no throw. By far the most pitches Kiesel has thrown in an inning all day. And we got a balk. And that'll bring in the first run for Calvary. So with that balk, Reese will go to second, and that'll bring Stone in to score, and that makes it a 3-1 ball game now. Seemed like Kiesel was a little thrown off by the first and third thing. Was more worried about the base runners than the one at bat. And he finally gets his focus back in check here and throws first pitch for a strike on Nate Osborne. And that's one of the things you're taught, especially coming up as a pitcher, is no matter who's on base, they might have speed and all, but it doesn't matter if you can't get the pitch to the plate. And right there, that kind of cost them a run, getting the balk and moving not only Stone across the plate, but also putting Reese in scoring position as well for Calvary. 1-1 count on Osborne now, the leadoff batter for Calvary Christian. And high, ball two. Seems like Kiesel starting to struggle a little bit here in this fourth inning. Let's see if he can power through it here with two down in the top half of the fourth. And poked back, out of play. That'll even the count 2-2 on Osborne now. Again, Osborne yet to put a ball in play so far today. Leadoff batter for the Knights. Seeing if he can try to knock in another run here with a base hit. Should score Reese from second. As we got a timeout at the plate as he steps out for just a second. Pitch upcoming here, 2-2. And in the dirt, outside, ball three, and that makes it a full count now on the Calvary Christian third baseman. So now full count, 2 outs, runner on second. See what Kiesel brings and what Osborne does with it. And he pokes it straight up. Looks like Phillips is under it, waves everybody off, and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning, and that ends it here in the top half of the 4th. Calvary, 1 run, no hits, 1 left on base. As we head to the bottom half of the 4th, it's still 3-1. Russell County leads on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And we're back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live at Russell County High School here down 431. You see the lights starting to come on out here as it starts to get a little bit closer to sundown. Beautiful day for baseball, windy, wind blowing straight out to the left. Love this little turf infield and everything Russell County has set up here. It's a beautiful field. The whole setup in general. You can look over at the softball field. It's beautiful. Football stadium, I mean, just all the work they've done out here at this high school. It's becoming a beautiful facility altogether for the athletic department. As we get to throw down here to end the warm-ups in the bottom half of the 4th. So leading off for Russell County as Brady Reed is still on the mound here for Calvary. Carter Cannon, number 30, the catcher, to lead things off for Calvary. Struck out his first time up to lead off the 2nd inning. Looking to reverse fortune here, leading off the 4th. Brady Reed right now, 66 pitches through 3 innings. That one's fouled back to the screen for strike 1. So averaging about 22 pitches an inning is Reed. Maybe looking to try to settle down and get out of this one quick and get a 3-up, 3-down inning. As that one drops in high for ball 1, make it even 1-1. So far, neither team with a 3-up, 3-down half inning at the plate. And that one's high and outside for ball 2, so 2-1 count on the catcher for the Warriors. Harley Schaffner, the center fielder on deck, number 9 hole hitter. And high and inside, ball 3. So 3-1 count. Nice hitters count for Carter Cannon here to start off the bottom half of the 4th. And inside low, ball 4. So to lead off the 4th inning, Carter Cannon reaches base on 5 pitches.
Number 16, Harley.
Now to bring up Harley Schaffner in the 9 hole, the center fielder, number 16.
For the catcher, number 23, DJ Williams.
And DJ Williams will come in to run for Cannon, the catcher, as a courtesy runner. Harley Schaffner reached base on an error by the pitcher. A little throwing error over to first base and was able to steal and get to second, but that's where he was stranded in the 2nd inning. No doubt a speedy center fielder for the Warriors. And he pokes one out to center field, but getting up under it is Ellison. Gathers it in 1 pitch. And he's out there on a fly out to center field, and that leaves Cannon over at first still. But that'll bring up the top of the order for Russell County, and left fielder Van Richards coming to the plate.
Stepping back into the box, number 13, Van Richards.
And Richards got a hit out to right and scored in the first, struck out in the second. Looking to come up here and maybe do a little bit of damage with Cannon at first base and one down here in the bottom of the fourth. Try and get back the run that they gave up in the top half. Ball in the dirt. Runners don't advance. I'm sorry, it's not Carter Cannon at first anymore. I'm sorry, it's DJ Williams, a courtesy runner. And swing and a miss. That'll even account 1-1 on Richards. A little bit of an off-speed pitch by Reed there. You can tell Richards was ahead of that one. About swung out of his shoes, though, trying to rip it out into the gap. And swinging, chops it foul down the first base line. That'll make it a 1-2 count as Hocutt comes and gathers it up. Gets it back to Reed. All the damage for Russell County was done in that first inning with all 3 runs scoring. And they've managed to maintain the lead over the 6-time GIAA state champ Calvary Christian Knights. As Reed makes a pickoff move over to first base, but DJ Williams is back in plenty of time. Get ready, next pitch up coming here on Van Richards, still a 1-2 count. And in the dirt outside, evens the count 2-2. Good block there behind the plate by Kennedy to keep Williams at first base. And swing and a miss, strike 3s. Richards goes down for the second out of the inning. Until Reed definitely pitches with a little bit of enthusiasm there as you see him kind of yell again. You saw it. Saw it at the end of the third when he ended that one with a strikeout, pumping his fists and yelling. Does the same here as he gets the leadoff batter down for Russell County. And that'll bring up E.J. Richards, 1 for 2 on the day with a double to left. Came around to score, and he pokes one out towards left center field, gathered up quickly by Ellison. So Williams had just moved up 90 feet. And E.J. Richards with his second hit of the day, that makes him 2 for 3. And that brings up the one who's done some pretty good damage here against Reed, Steve Smith, coming out to talk to the umpire. Looks like we might see a pitching change. We'll see who's moving where. And while they get ready with the pitching change, we'll take a break as they get ready. As Brady Reed comes out of the ball game here with 2 down in the fourth. And we'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here as they get ready. Braxton Wilkinson coming in from left field to take over on the mound for Brady Reed as Reed goes over to third base.
Running the plate for the Warriors, number 4, Connor.
I believe that puts Nate Osborne out of the game, and we'll have, I think I saw Jackson Samra going out to left field. We'll be sure and make sure all that's correct here in just a moment, but Braxton Wilkinson coming into the game here. So Reed will come out 3 2/3 innings, giving up 8 hits, 3 runs, but 2 still on base that are his. 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. Braxton Wilkinson now on the mound. First pitch, swing and a miss by Connor Cox, strike 1. A little off speed there. Cox ahead of that one. You see him kind of leaning on that front foot, waving at it. Again, runners on first and second for Russell County here with 2 down and a 3-1 lead. Hit out to short. Up underneath, gathered up at short, and a good throw across by Stone. So that'll be a 6-3 put out to end the 4th. Braxton Wilkinson comes in and shuts things down on 2 pitches in the 4th inning. As we get ready to head to the top half of the 5th, Russell County 3, Calvary 1 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
And we're back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live in a season opener for both the Russell County Warriors and the Calvary Christian Knights. Right now, Russell County still up 3-1, top of the 5th. Kiesel still on the mound for the Russell County Warriors. Tripp Ellison coming up to the plate, 1 for 2 on the day. The center fielder for Calvary. Got a hit and a stolen base in the 1st inning and a fly out to left in the 3rd. And strike 1 on the first pitch over the plate. Kiesel trying to stay out there on the mound here. 1-1 count through 4 innings so far. 77 pitches coming into this inning. And that one swing tipped down the first base line towards the dugout. So it'll be a 1-2 count now on Ellison to start things off here in the top of the 5th. It's been a good game here by Kiesel so far, other than a little bit of the control issues. He's only given up 1 hit as a couple have reached on walks in the air. And then the lone run by Calvary Christian as that one's fouled out of play down the third base line. The lone run by Calvary Christian coming on a runners on the corners balk by Kiesel. But he's able to finish that inning up and get out of that jam. One-two count, 1-2 pitch. And that was going to be grounded, chopped towards first base, picked up by Carswell. Races over to first base, and he gets it in time for the first out of the 5th inning. Now to bring up the catcher for Calvary Christian now, Jackson Kennedy. Jackson Kennedy 0 for 1 on the day, popped out to short and walked and reached base. Was stranded on second in the third inning. Looking at maybe they haven't been able to really put the ball in play that hard against Kiesel all day long. Looking to maybe change fortune here as they get in the fifth inning here, third time around in the lineup. So maybe they're starting to time Kiesel a little bit, but he's still catching them off guard. You can see with that swing Ellison had in that last at-bat, just kind of chopped it towards first base. That one a little bit high, makes it 2-0. Kiesel trying to get back into it here, behind in the count. Poked out to center field, is racing under it is Schaffner. And he's not going to be able to get to it. It's going to race almost to the wall. Schaffner gathers it, throws it in quickly. And that's going to be cut off out there by the shortstop, Cox. But a double by Jackson Kennedy to start things off here in the fifth inning. As his courtesy runner will come in. Looks like this time it's number 32, Knox Lewis, coming into the game.
Coming plate number 18, Liam Hokut.
That'll bring up Liam Hokut with the courtesy runner on second for Jackson Kennedy after that big double to center over the head of Schaffner. Hokut 0 for 1 on the day, ground out to first base, and a walk. Backed out in time is Cannon. Look to go out there and have a conversation. Seems like there may have been a mix-up on the signals there. With a runner on second base, you want to kind of change them up so they can't tip pitches to the batter. So I'm just making sure they're on the same page with a runner on second with the signals. No pitch comm in high school. That one in the dirt outside, 1-0 on Hokut. Still here in the fifth. One down, one on for the Knights with the cleanup hitter at the plate. Poked to third base, gathered up, snagged at third by Van Richards. I'm sorry, EJ Richards. Then a throw over to second as Phillips gets it, and that's a double play by the Russell County Warriors, and that's going to end the fifth inning. Great play there to stop things and stop any sort of rally Calvary might get as we head to the bottom half. It's still 3-1 Russell County on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're we're back here in the bottom of the fifth. Cameron Brewer to lead things off for the Russell County Warriors. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a fly out to center. Great play to end that top half of the fifth by E.J. Richards as he was able to get the double play, throwing it over to Hunter Phillips at second. Huge one there with one out in the top half of the fifth as Calvary was trying to get another run on the board and cut into this lead. Braxton Wilkinson still on the mound. And he'll throw the first one wide of the catcher for ball one to start things off here in the bottom half of the fifth. Brewer back into the box here. 1-0 pitch upcoming. And he swings it out towards second base. Smith charges, flips it over to first base just in time to Hokut. 4-3 put out to start things off here in the bottom half of the fifth. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Hunter Phillips.
Number 2, Hunter
Phillips with a ground out to third in the first, and then was able to get a hit out to center field in the third, made it all the way around to third and was stranded there in that third inning. So one down, nobody on. Squares around, pulls back. That one goes outside, ball one. So far on the day, Russell County with 3 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors defensively. Calvary, 1 run, 1 hit. 2 hits and 1 error defensively. As that one sails high to 2-0. And jams him inside, but he's able to fight it off, and it goes down the first baseline foul. 2-1 count now on the Russell County second baseman, Hunter Phillips. Starting to wonder if there's going to be a pitching change maybe upcoming. You see some work in the bullpen out behind left field for Russell County, as Kiesel may have reached his pitching limit, as it's a 2-2 count now, evened up by Wilkinson on the breaking ball. And grounded out. It's going to be gathered up by Hokut. Flip over to the pitcher, and he's going to be out. Good defensive play there by by Wilkinson to get over to first base in time for the out. Second out of the inning there, and that'll bring up Carson Carswell. 2 for 2 on the day is the first baseman. He's got a hit, RBI single with an infield hit in that first inning that brought in the last score, the run of the game so far for Russell County. Had another hit out to left field in the third. Was able to reach second on a pass ball as he chops that one back behind him for strike one. Yeah, with Kiesel already with 87 pitches through 5 innings, we may see another pitcher coming in the 6th. Like I said, got a little bit of action going on in the bullpen for the Warriors. And swing and a miss as that one goes past the catcher, though. Still a 0-2 count now on Carswell. Another breaking ball by Wilkinson. Unable to be corralled behind the backstop by Kennedy. And that one drops in on the inside corner and gets him looking for a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down, go the Warriors in the bottom of the 5th. So we head to the 6th inning. Calvary Christians running out of outs here as the 6-time state champs look to come back against Russell County Warriors. Here's 3-1 Russell County on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus. downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
And Cox, we'll see a pitching change here for Russell County as Connor Cox, the shortstop, will come in to the mound here, hoping to finish things off with 2 innings to go, hoping to get the last 6 outs for the Warriors in the season opener. And it looks like a couple of the changes out here. Looks like we may have trying to see who went out to short. Unable to see it right now for Russell County, but sure we'll get to it in time. But Connor Cox coming in. 5 innings from Kiesel on the day. 1 run, unearned, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Also had about 4 walks on the day, so a little bit of wildness from him, but he was able to overcome most of it there, giving up just the 2 hits and the 1 unearned run here against Calvary. Leading off for Calvary. Looks like it's going to be Brady Reed, who's moved his way over to third base after coming out of the game pitching, with Wilkinson coming in relief. As we get ready for the throwdown here, it's a 3-1 ball game between 2 great programs. Danny Danielson looking to get Russell County off to a 1-0 start here early in this season against the 6-time defending GIAA state champ Calvary Christian Knights.
Leading off the top of the 6th for Calvary, number 23, Brady Reed.
So Brady Reed stepping up to the plate and Connor Cox on the mound now for the Warriors. Let's see what happens here in the 6th inning. Calvary needing 2 runs to at least tie this thing up. 6 outs to go in the ball game with them up to the dish. Inside off the back. So first pitch will send Reed to first base. Little wildness to start things off from Connor Cox so far. Just a flesh wound, that's all it is. Just off the meat of the back. That's yeah. At least he didn't pull a Roger Dorn and just collapse in the box. There's got a little discussion going on here as Steve Smith goes out to the umpire to let him know possibly trying to see if we have a pinch hitter. Still William Hilton at the plate. Coming up the DH. 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error by the second baseman and struck out looking in the 4th. Connor Cox from the stretch. Cannon tried to frame it there, unable to get it in. Ball 1 outside. A little bit of 3-quarter action from Cox on the mound. And that one stays outside, ball 2. Two-0 pitch upcoming here for Hilton. And that one's over the black. First strike of the inning there from Cox as he looks to get back in control here. 2-1 count on Hilton, the designated hitter for the Knights. And we got time at the plate. Hilton didn't like how long he was having to wait there and decided to step out of the box as he collects himself and gets back in here, awaiting the 2-1 pitch from Connor Cox. Reed still over at first base after the hit by pitch. That one low, ball 3, makes it a 3-1 count now. So hitters count for Hilton. And swing and a miss to make it a full count. As Connor Cox tries to battle back here. Full count against William Hilton. Nobody down, one on. Taking off for second base, a little hit and run going on as that one's going to be fouled down the left-hand side off the fence, going out of play. So to stay a full count on Hilton. He steps back into the box now, 3-2 count. Reed still on first base. In a 3-1 ball game, Russell County looking to take a home win here in the season opener for both teams. A little quick throw over to first base, and Reed gets back in plenty of time. No real play on the pickoff. Poke out of play towards the softball fields over there, and manages to stay alive. 8th pitch in the at-bat upcoming here for Hilton. As he's been able to battle and foul off the last 2 pitches here with a full count. And he pokes another one back out of play to stay alive. Just trying to see who's going to take advantage here with the amount of pitches. Is Connor Cox figuring out the at-bat philosophy of Hilton, or is Hilton trying to time Cox and try to send one out into the gap somewhere and try to bring Reed around from first base to score? And Connor Cox shakes off the first pitch. Gone, taking off for second base, and it's going to be down on the ground. Ball 4 as it goes inside. Good at bat by Hilton to battle with 2 strikes and hit about 3 foul out of play to stay alive.
29, Stone.
And he earned the 9-pitch walk there to reach first base, and that brings up the shortstop, Stone. 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out looking in the second. Walked and came around to score on the balk in the 4th inning. Got a little discussion here at the mound between Cannon and Cox. As we get ready for play here now with Stone getting ready to step into the box. 2 on, nobody out in a 2-run ball game. It's 3-1 Russell County here in the top half of the 6th. Wilkinson on deck. Outside ball 1 to start things off here. Brady Reed reaching on a hit by pitch. He's over at second base. William Hilton earning a 9-pitch walk to reach first. That's how things have gone so far in the 6th inning here with Connor Cox on the mound for the Warriors. Low and inside ball 2. A little bit of trouble with the control there as Coach Danny Danielson calls timeout. He'll go to talk to Connor. And while he does that, we'll take a little break here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back after the break here. Danny Danielson back in the dugout, and the first pitch after the timeout turns out to be a good, timely one from Coach Danielson as The first pitch out of it is a strike by Connor Cox. And the second one, no. Waves outside, so it'll be a 3-1 count now. On the shortstop for the Calvary Christian Knights, Fitz Stone. And strike on the black. As Stone was ready to take off at first base and load him up. But the umpire thought otherwise, so full count now. As that one crossed the black. Still runners on first and second. Nobody out for Calvary. Waved and tipped back into the catcher's mitt for a strikeout in the first out of the inning here. As Fitzstone goes down. That'll bring up Braxton Wilkinson, who's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. Still with 2 on base here and just 1 down in the top half of the 6th in a 2-run game. First pitch coming from Connor Cox. Squared around a bunt is Wilkinson, and he waves and misses. 0-1 count to start things off on the 8th hole hitter, who's coming in relief to pitch for the Calvary Christian Knights after a good evening by Brady Reed, who managed to shut down Russell County after that 3-run first inning. Squaring around is Wilkinson. Pulls back, goes outside to even the count, 1-1. Seems like a little bit of maybe some of the struggles at the plate from Wilkinson so far today. Coach Smith just wanting to get 2 runners in scoring position and move the guys over here. Play a little small ball in the 6th inning, needing runs on the board. Force Russell County to make a play on a bunt. Swinging around and pulls back on the bunt attempt. 2-1 count now. As Connor Cox still struggling to keep the ball over the plate here. Pushing the ball just a little bit outside there. Holding on just a little bit too long. Easy to do with that arm slot where he throws it. But laid down by Wilkinson. Over to first base is Carswell, and it's going to be a bad throw as he threw it off his back foot. It goes past Phillips, and that'll score a run for Calvary as Wilkinson makes his way to second base and Hilton makes his way to third. But Brady Reed comes in to score to make it a 3-2 ball game here on the E3. It's one of the things about it here. If you're able to bunt at the high school level and you can try to force these defenses, a lot of the times you're going to make a defense make a mistake at the high school level on bunt coverage. And that's what happened there. But Bo Reese up to the plate now in a 3-2 ball game. Still 1 down here in the top half of the 6th. Runners on second and third, both in scoring position for Calvary, with the number 9 hole hitter, the right fielder, Bo Reese, up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day, flew out to center and walked and reached, making it to second base in the 4th inning before being stranded there. And he swings one, chopper towards third, picked up, thrown over to first base, scooped up by Carswell, but that's going to bring a run in anyway. And that'll move Wilkinson over to third base. Good play over there by E.J. Richards to get it across, and another good dig by Carswell at first to secure the second out of the inning. But now it's all tied up here late here in the 6th inning with 2 down. And that'll bring up Jackson Samra, who's come in place of Nate Osborne after the pitching change. And the first pitch is strike. As Nate Osborne comes out, he was 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on a hit by pitch, struck out, and popped up to second. So this is the first at bat for Samra. Oh, 1 count. And the pitch from Cox. Outside to even things up, 1-1. Again, still, you have Wilkinson over at third base. So a ball past the catcher can cause the leading run to cross the plate here. So you want to be careful if you're Connor Cox. And swinging a miss, strike 2. 1-2 count now on Samra. Outside just a little bit too far, and that evens the count 2-2 now. On Jackson, Samro looking to bring Wilkinson in and try to give Calvary their first lead of the ball game. And he watches it go across the black to end the inning there with a backwards K in the book. As we head to the bottom half of the 6th, this all tied up 3-3. 2 runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base as we head to the bottom half here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Nestled along the Chattahoochee River, City Mills blends historic charm with modern luxury. Stay in boutique-style rooms designed for comfort, just steps away from fine dining at Millhouse Kitchen and Bar. If you're planning a celebration, our event center offers stunning river views, elegant spaces, and a brand new riverside tent, perfect for weddings, receptions, and special gatherings, rain or shine. Whether you're here to relax, explore, or create lasting memories, City Mills is where history meets hospitality.
And we're back here in the bottom half of the 6th as Russell County looks to get back on the board here. Have not scored since the 1st, and Calvary Christian has chipped their way back into it. All tied up with 2 runs in the top of the 6th. Off of 2 runs, no hits in that top half of the inning there as Brady Reed started it off getting hit by a pitch, and then William Hilton was walked. Fitzstone struck out. And then a bunt by Braxton Wilkinson and a bad throw by Carswell as it went out to right field, brought Reed in. A ground out by Reese the third. Brought in Hilton. And that tied things up here as we get to the bottom half of the 6th. It's a brand new ball game now. Wilkinson still on the mound for the Knights here in this season opener for both teams. And Victor Hernandez will be the leadoff batter for the Russell County Warriors, a designated hitter. 0 for 2 on the day as he's grounded out to second and struck out swinging in the 3rd. We knew it was going to be a battle either way. You've got a good program in Russell County, a 6A program in Alabama. The 6-time defending state champ Calvary Christian Knights in GIAA, they were not just going to lay it down and take it. They would have battled back here. Take advantage of some miscues and get back on the board and tie this thing up. First pitch from Wilkinson, high and outside for ball 1 to Hernandez. Connor Cox came in and threw 27 pitches in that top of the 6th. That one's third base line, hits the bag, and then ricochets out to left field. Hernandez stays at first base, does not round and make it all the way to second. Plays it a little bit safe there, but it went off the bag. Ricocheting out towards the fence there. Called fair by the home plate umpire, of course. So with a base hit to lead things off is Hernandez. And that'll bring up the catcher, Carter Cannon. Struck out in the 2nd, swinging. Reached on a walk in the 4th. Made it the 2nd, but was stranded there. Little throw over the 1st there. Hernandez gets in safely. One on, nobody down. Here in the bottom half of the sixth for the Warriors. And ball high. 1-0 count now on Cannon. And we've got time as Kennedy makes his way out to the mound to discuss the signals with Wilkinson to make sure they're on the same page, especially with pitch selection here in a crucial moment. Just tied it up. You're looking to get a shutdown inning here if you're Wilkinson. If you're Russell County, you're trying to get those runs back on the board and get back in the lead here, with Calvary just having 3 more outs at the plate if you're able to take the lead. So Cannon back in the box as we get ready for the 1-0 pitch from Wilkinson. Still trying to get the call he wants as he waves off the first one and possibly the second one. So Cannon calls time this time. Back in the box. Seems he's got the pitch he wants. Fastball. Outside corner, strike one to even things up at 1-1. And pickoff play over to first. Hernandez back in time. One pitch and back over to first again. Hernandez in safely. Hernandez is quick to get back off of first and take that lead as soon as he dives back and the ball's thrown back to the pitcher. And a little breaking ball there, and it gets Cannon out on his front foot and it makes it a 1-2 count now. As Braxton Wilkinson gets ahead of the count. And he pokes that one, manages to make contact off speed. And they're going to get the force out at second on the 5-4 putout. But Cannon reaches first on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Harley Schaffner, who actually has made his way over to short after Cox came into the game to pitch.
Number 23, DJ Williams.
And Williams, they head back into the ball game as a courtesy runner for Cannon. Schaffner coming to the plate 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error, was able to reach second on a stolen base, and then in the second at bat in the fourth, flew out to center field. So here 1 down, still 1 on. Williams running for Cannon over at first base. And breaking ball drops in there for strike 1. 0-1 count now on Schaffner, the 9-hole hitter for the Warriors. Van Richards, the leadoff batter, on deck as they look to get back into the top half of the order for Russell County and try to mount a couple runs on the board, get a crooked number up there as we got another throw over to first base, and Williams back safely. Oh, 1 pitch upcoming here from Wilkinson. Poked out to first base, chopped over his head. It's going to be charged, thrown over, not in time as the speed of Schaffner gets there. Stone unable to get it over to first in time. Infield hit from Schaffner. And Williams makes his way over to second base, so his runners on first and second now. And with 1 down, we're back to the top of the lineup here in the bottom of the 6th. Van Richards up to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. Led off with that hit out to right field. Came around to score in the first inning and struck out swinging twice in his next 2 at-bats as Coach Steve Smith comes out to the mound. Looks like we might see another pitching change for Calvary Christian. And while they're doing that, and he comes out for warm-ups, we'll take another break. Is this a tie ball game with 1 down and 2 on for Russell County here in the bottom of the 6th on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitching change for Calvary as Braxton Wilkinson heads to the dugout. That'll bring in Braylon Frierson, number 35, the lefty. Coming in looking to try to shut down this inning as Russell County has 2 on with 1 down. With the top of the lineup back up to the plate as Van Richards gets ready. We got seen a couple of them go wild a little bit, but he could just be doing that for intimidation purposes. I know a couple pitchers who've done that before and then come out once the game starts and they get back with a batter in the box, all control with just hits at one time. But we'll start it off here as first going to face the lefty Van Richards.
Now coming to the plate, number 13, Van Richards.
So Wilkinson will come out 1 2/3 innings here in the ball game. Giving up 2 hits. No earned runs so far, but there's 2 on that Frierson has inherited here in the 6th inning. And that one paints the black on the outside corner for strike 1 on Richards. Almost swung at it, but he checked his swing. That'll even account 1-1. Breaking ball on the outside there. Wilkinson just throwing 20 pitches in that inning and 2/3. As they look for and we got time for at the plate by Van Richards. Still a 1-1 count here. Frierson taking a little bit long to get the pitch to the plate there, and Richards decided to recollect his focus. Get ready here for the next pitch. Inside, and he jams him, but good swing by Richards, just off the handle, goes back to the screen. It's a 1-2 count, and Frierson is ahead. 1 down, runners on first and second for Calvary. You've got Williams at second, Schaffner at first after the infield hit. Leadoff man, Van Richards at the plate with a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second out of the inning for Russell County. And that'll bring up the third baseman, E.J. Richards, who's had a great day defensively for the Warriors.
Number 11, E.J. Richards.
But he's also had a great day at the plate as well, going 2 for 3 with a run scored after a double in the first inning. Grounded out to the pitcher in the second, had a hit out to center field in the 4th. Base hit here could bring Williams around and give Russell County the lead back. Timeout by Richards as Frierson looks into the plate to get the signal. Frierson to the plate. That one a little bit low, ball 1. And in the dirt, but a good block back there by Kennedy. Makes it a 2-0 count. Two-0 count, 2-0 pitch upcoming here against E.J. Richards. And that's going to cross the plate for strike 1, making it a 2-1 count now. Richards looking like he may have wanted that one, but it was a little bit late as it was already in the catcher's mitt by the time he thought it. Frierson, the lefty, coming into the game here, looking to close things down in the 6th. Another time out there by Richards at the plate. Tight ball game here, 3-3 here at Russell County Field. Inside, good block there by Kennedy to keep it from going to the backstop. 3-1 count now on Richards. On deck, you have the 3-hole hitter, Connor Cox, also the pitcher for Russell County right now as he's come on in relief. Outside corner, and that makes it a full count now. 3-2 on Richards. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, in a tie ball game in the bottom of the 6th here at home for the Warriors. They take off, and late on the swing as he strikes out to end it, Frierson comes in and settles down the Russell County Warriors with 2 on and 1 out, able to strike out both Richards at the top of the lineup, the end of the 6th. So as we head to the 7th, we're all tied up 3-3 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Glenn Smith Chevrolet, let's kick off 2026 with a bang! We will not be undersold. Powerful full-size Chevy Silverados up to $13,750 off. Rugged mid-size Chevy Colorados up to $9,000 off. Enjoy no payments until springtime. Get your lowest price guaranteed today. Smart people from all over the USA come to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to smile.
And we're back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's kind of the things that you get used, you're ready for when baseball hits. 7th inning, tie ball game, season opener. It's kind of what you hope and wish for. It's beautiful weather here today. It's gotten dark out here. The lights are on. You see the beautiful field out here in Alabama down 431 in Russell County. Connor Cox still on the mound for the Warriors here as Trip Ellison looks to lead things off for the Calvary Christian Knights. Calvary Christian 3 runs on just 2 hits, but they've left 7 on base so far in this game. Russell County 3 runs on 10 hits, and they've left 8 on base. And first pitch outside by Connor Cox. Ellison comes into the 7th inning. 1 for 3 on the day, had a hit out to center to start things off in the 1st inning. Flew out to left, grounded out to first. And outside corner to even things up, 1-1 now on the lefty center fielder for the Calvary Christian Knights. Connor Cox hoping to maybe settle down a little bit here. Had some control issues in that 6th inning, giving up 2 runs without giving up a single hit. And swing and a miss, strike 2. Ellison behind on that one. Late on the swing. 1-2 count now as he's down in the hole. Here leading things off in the top of the 7th. Got a nice crowd out here, but it seems like everybody's a little bit tense and a little bit nervous, so it's not as loud, not that loud. Outside corner, catches him looking. 3rd strikeout of the day.
I do want to say I love an umpire that gets theatrical with the
Yeah. Oh, yeah, got the little wind up and then sling it.
a little Enrico Palazzo.
3rd strikeout of the day here. 1 down in the 7th. Jackson Kennedy up to the plate now for the Calvary Christian Knights. 1 for 2 on the day, had a double out to center his last at bat. Also popped up to short and walked. As that one's low for ball 1. The Dust Buster. And over the corner, strike. And that evens things up on Jackson Kennedy, the catcher for Calvary. He's got one of the 2 hits on the day. Ellison had the other one in the first. Jackson Kennedy with the second hit of the day for Calvary in the 5th. Outside makes it a 2-1 count now. See if Connor Cox can gain a little bit more control than what he had in the 6th. So far, a good start in the 7th for him. And up the middle, can't quite get to it as Phillips as it goes out into center field. 3rd hit of the ball game for the Knights and the 2nd one for Jackson Kennedy as he reaches base for the 3rd time. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter for Calvary, Liam Hocutt, with 1 down here in the top of the 7th. And it looks like checking into the ball game to run. We're trying to see which number that is that came out there, but courtesy runner for Jackson Kennedy over at first base now. Couldn't quite see what number it was and make it out there, but we're going to see if we can find out. As Liam Hocutt steps up to the plate, the Lurleen B. Wallace signee. 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. Breaking ball, drops in low for a 1-0 count. Liam Hocutt, first inning, grounded out to the first base, walked in the 3rd. And then had that inning-ending double play on the line drive to E.J. Richards over at 3rd base. And that was a close one over there on the pickoff move. But he got back in time, says the umpire, so it's still a 1-0 count, 1 down here. Runner on first base for Calvary. And that one gets past him. Going over to second on the bad throw by the pitcher on the pickoff. I can't tell if that's 6 or 8. It's either Peyton Seville or Hunter Greer that's running on base for Calvary. But it's still a 1-0 count for Connor Cox. But that puts a runner in scoring position now for Liam Hocutt. Looking to get his first hit of the ball game and give Calvary Christian their first lead of the ball game here in the 7th. Pokes it. Left side, it's going to go foul, and it's going to go out of play down the left field line. And that'll even the count at 1-1. Excuse me. As he makes his way back to the plate. No rush. And Hocutt stepping back into the batter's box here with Connor Cox on the mound. 1-1 count, 1 out. Crucial at bat here with a runner in scoring position. And he fakes the pickoff move over to second, doesn't throw it. Cox to the plate. Strike on the outside corner to make it 1-2 on Hocutt now. Puts Hocutt in a hole. 2 strikes with a runner in scoring position. And the cleanup hitter and first baseman for the Knights looking to get a ball they can hit. And that one goes off his foot, foul. Still a 1-2 count, fighting off that pitch. And another 1-2 pitch from Connor Cox upcoming here. And breaking ball lands over the plate. And he gets Hokut looking for the second strikeout of the inning. Huge pitch from Cox there to be able to set down the cleanup hitter and keep that runner over at second base now with 2 down. And that'll bring up Brady Reed, who's 0 for 2 on the day. He's flown out to center, grounded out to short, and was hit by a pitch and scored that first run in the 6th to help bring Calvary back to a tie ball game. Runner still on second here, 2 down. Swing on the breaking ball. Tip back towards the screen for strike 1. Cox trying to get out of it here after allowing those 2 unearned runs in the 6th to tie this thing up. Outside off the plate to even it up 1-1 now on Brady Reed. Started the game pitching for Calvary and was in relief, moved over to third base. Good job by Reed on the mound today. Gave up those 3 runs and 4 hits in the first inning, was able to settle down and keep Russell County off the board from there. Swing and a miss, strike 2, so now he's in a hole. Connor Cox looking to get out of it here with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the top half of the 7th. With your 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up to the plate for Russell County in the bottom half. Outside corner gets him looking. 3 Ks all looking in the 7th inning. And that'll end the top half. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base for Calvary. As we head to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Russell County, it's still a tie ball game. What's going to happen here? We'll see on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's what you grow up wanting to do in baseball here. You're a kid in your backyard swinging the bat, whether you're hitting a little tennis ball in the backyard so you don't break your neighbor's window. But you want to come up here. It's bottom of the 7th. You're at home, season opener. It's all tied up. You're playing the 6th-time Georgia defending state champs in GIAA. What's going to happen here at Russell County? 3-3. Connor Cox up to the plate, and he takes the first one for a strike. Going against his counterpart on the mound right now as Cox came in relief for Russell County. Braylon Frierson is on the mound for the Calvary Knights. And low outside to even things up, 1-1 now. 3, 4, 5 hitters at the plate to start things off here for the Warriors. Connor Cox, Cameron Brewer, and Hunter Phillips. Cox, 2 for 3 on the day. Inside low, ball 2, makes it 2-1 now. Cox with a double out to center, had a hit out to center in the third, and a ground out to short in the fourth to end things there. Looking to get back on base here in the seventh. And that one hits the inside black. Evens things up 2-2 now. Frierson with a lively arm from the left-hand side there. If you ever went to a Clingstone game this year, he kind of reminds me a little bit of a dark-haired Hayden Harris. And right back up the middle off the back of Frierson. Cox racing over to first base. No throw from Reed over at third. Infield hit. And the third hit of the day by Connor Cox.
Now batting number 54, Cameron.
So he'll go to 3 for 4 on the day now. Possibly get a courtesy runner, we're not sure, but it looks like Steve Smith coming out to the mound to discuss things with his pitcher. Make sure he's okay after that ground ball hit back to him. Looks like it wasn't that hard, just kind of hit him off the backside there. But Cameron Brewer stepped to the plate now. He's 0 for 3 on the day in the cleanup spot for Russell County. Struck out swinging in the first, flew out to center in the third, and grounded to second in the fifth. And it doesn't get any easier in the seventh with Frierson up there with his arm, as it's a lefty-on-lefty contest here with nobody out and a runner on first. th hit of the ball game there for Russell County. Move over to first base is Frierson, and back easily is Connor. Takes the lead back. Frierson looking for the sign. Cameron Brewer at the plate. And you can hear Coach Mike over there telling them, get back quick. He's reading that move by Frierson from the left-hand side. I was always kind of scared. You reach base at first base in high school, you got some of these lefties that can make like a little quick move. First pitch, swung back foul off the fence and the backstop to make it 0-1 on Brewer. But you'd always be kind of on edge with a lefty pitcher on the mound. 0-1 pitch now. Upcoming from Frierson to Brewer. And another move to first base. Coach Long with an emphatic back. Yelling to Connor Cox to make sure he got back in time. Swing and a miss by Brewer, and that puts him in the hole now, 0-2. Now 0-2 count. Let's see if Frierson goes back to first base or goes ahead and tries to end the at-bat right here. High, ball one. A little bit of a waste pitch to see if he can get Brewer to chase. Brewer did not. It's a 1-2 count now on the Russell County right fielder. And he'll call time, step out of the box. Refocus here as he seems like Frierson, not really one of those pitchers that kind of go along speedily. He takes his time, and it seems to be frustrating some of these batters right now. But Brewer fouls it straight back, and it'll go off the stairwell. And he battles there to keep it a 1-2 count here with no outs in the bottom of the seventh. And outside in the dirt to even things up, 2-2 on Brewer. Good block back there by Kennedy to keep Connor Cox at first base. Jackson Kennedy has definitely earned any kind of post-game meal that he's given, because that kid has been blocking everything in the dirt with runners on base tonight. And poked. Third base side off the screen again. As you hear a couple of faint screams from the student section, I guess they don't trust the screen. 2-2 pitch. Brewer battling here against Frierson. Off speed, lands over the plate, and he gets him looking for the K. As Brewer heads back to the Warrior dugout here, that'll bring up Hunter Phillips. Phillips, the second baseman for Russell County, is 1 for 3 on the day. Grounded out to third in the first. Had a hit out to center in the third, made his way around to third base. Stranded there and then grounded out to the first baseman on a toss over to the pitcher. His last at bat in the fifth. And that one just off the plate to start things off. 1-0 count on Hunter Phillips. Again, the second baseman for the Warriors, number 2. So far, Russell County, 3 runs on 11 hits on the day. 8 left on base coming into this inning. And that one's high. 2-0 count now on Phillips. Connor Cox still over at first base. The pitcher in relief for Russell County. Braylon Frierson looking to do his best to shut down and keep the goose eggs going across the board for the Warriors. And high and outside, ball 3, so 3-0 count here for Hunter Phillips. I doubt here with the tie ball game and a runner on first, you're going to see the green light from Coach Danny Danielson. As we have a little discussion on the mound between Kennedy and Frierson here. Try to decide what to do with a 3-0 count. You've got Carson Carswell, the first baseman, on deck. He's 2 for 3 on the day for the Warriors. He's also made a couple of great digs on the defensive side at first base. And that one drops in over the plate. Taking all the way was Phillips. 3-1 count now. Here with 1 down and 1 on in the bottom of the 7th. Tie ball game so far here at Russell County. And that one in the dirt low, ball 4. Now to put runners at first and second now for 1 down. Carson Carswell at the plate.
Now batting number 9, Carswell.
Like I said, Carswell 2 for 3 on the day. Had an RBI hit in the first. Had another hit out to left in the third. Struck out looking in the 5th. But a base hit here could end up ending this ball game with Connor Cox over at second base. And high over the plate for ball 1. Frierson struggling with the pitches right now. Trying to get back in control here in the 7th inning. Looks like on deck for Russell County, you've got Grant Johnson will be pinch hitting for Victor Hernandez. Trying to give another look here in the 7th if we get to that point. And fouled back to even things up here. Carson Carswell hits a screen. 1-1 count on the Russell County first baseman. Still been a beautiful day out here. The wind's kind of calmed down. The flag isn't moving anymore. Barely swaying back and forth. It was blowing straight out to the left earlier in here. You can see just beautiful view up here atop the press box at Russell County High School. And poked out foul. It's going to go out of play over the fence towards the parking lot. And that makes the count 1-2 now. Frierson trying to force extra innings here and get us some free baseball. Russell County trying to get the win here with a walk-off in the 7th. And foul toward the first base dugout as he battles to stay alive here with 2 strikes. Still a 1-2 count on Carswell. As he steps back into the box, Frierson set the pitch here, getting the signs from Kennedy. And outside, he pokes it again, another battle off there, and it goes into the parking lot. I think I heard a SUV yell. Might be a little damage out there to somebody's car. But Carswell stays alive. Still 1-2 count. And that one stays outside, doesn't quite break in over the plate. And that'll even things up at 2-2. So it'll be the 7th pitch of the at-bat for Carswell. And that one's high, and now we've got a full count. It might be regular season, it might be the season opener, but it's what baseball dreams are made of here. And he fouls another one back to stay alive, does Carswell. Great at bat so far by the young first baseman for Russell County. This will be the 9th pitch of the at bat. It's what, like I said earlier, it's what dreams are made of kind of as you're growing up as a baseball kid in the backyard. This might be the season opener, but still it's a big one here at home. 7th inning. It's a tie ball game. You've got 2 runners on base. It's a full count against a strong left-handed pitcher for the Calvary Christian Knights. Can Carswell come through and get the walk-off for the Warriors right here? And he pokes it out in right center. Is it going to drop? It's going to get caught. And the base runner took off. He's going to head back to second base. But they might have a play at third. He didn't round third back. He didn't touch third on his way back to second. If they don't appeal it, that was as close as it gets. If they don't appeal the play back to third, but if they do appeal it, it could be the end of the inning. And it is. So that'll end the 7th inning, and we'll go to the 8th. As you can see, Connor Cox rounded third, thinking the ball was going to drop. It didn't drop. It was caught in right field by Reese. Reese got it in, but Connor Cox on his way back to second did not touch third again and was therefore thrown out on the appeal play from Frierson over to Reed. And that'll end it. We'll go to the extra innings here. We're going to get some free baseball here at Russell County as we head to the top of the 8th. It's still tied at 3 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back. Here's extra innings here as we head to the top of the 8th. Here on the season opener at Russell County High School, Calvary Christian Knights 3, Russell County Warriors 3. Russell County heads into extra innings with 3 runs on 11 hits. And so far, they've left 9 on base. Big error on the base pass by Connor Cox to end that 7th inning as he rounded third. Just broke off a second as soon as the ball came off the bat of Carswell. But it was called out and right by Reese. But on the way back to second, he did not touch third, so he was end up called out on the appeal. So we head now to the top of the 8th. Cox still on the mound, and that'll bring up the designated hitter for the Knights, William Hilton. Hilton 0 for 2 on the day as he pokes the first pitch down the left field line, foul, out of play. Reached on an error in the second, struck out looking in the 4th. Reached on a walk and scored the tying run in the 6th inning. 0-1 count now. And that one's in the dirt to even things up 1-1. Calvary Christian so far in the ball game. 3 runs, 3 hits. And they've left 7 on base. Now 1-1 count, 1-1 pitch upcoming from Cox. Over the black on the outside corner, 1-2. Hilton not stepping out of the box. He's ready to swing. Cox ready for the next pitch as he's set. Outside into the right side batter's box, and it evens the count at 2-2. Tough ball game here. Russell County at home. Looking to build on that program, and it's going to be a swing and a miss strikeout, but it goes past Cannon to the backstop. And Hinton will reach first base on the strikeout as it went through the hands of Cannon to the backstop. So that'll be the 6th strikeout in relief for Connor Cox. Looks like we might have a pinch hitter coming into the ball game for Calvary Christian for Fitz Stone. Looks like Sam Hilton coming up to the plate now. He'll come into the ball game to pinch hit from the left-hand side. You wonder if he's coming in as a bunt specialist with a runner on first. Squares around, pulls back. Coach Steve Smith trying to play a little bit of small ball here, get William Hilton moved over to second base in the scoring position so they can at least try to get a run on the board here. It worked out for them earlier in the ball game. Squaring around, lays it down, third base side, and it's going to roll foul to even it up 1-1. Good play by Cannon. He saw the spin on the ball as it hit the foul line and just let it roll from there. As soon as it touched foul territory, snatches it up. So that's a strike on Sam Hilton there to even it up 1-1 here in the top half of the 8th inning. In a 3-3 ball game. Cox from the stretch, set to pitch. Square around, Hilton watches it go across the black on the outside. 1-2 count, and he's in a hole now. Does he square around again with 2 strikes? Again, baseball, softball, you square around and try to bunt with 2 strikes, you hit it foul. It's a strikeout. So if he does square, he has to make sure he puts it in fair play. And he bunts it foul. So that's going to be a strikeout. for Sam Hilton, and that'll bring up Braylon Frierson, who came in relief for Braxton Wilkinson.
Not bad. Number 35, Brandon Pierce.
So with 1 on, 1 out, and the 7th strikeout in relief for Connor Cox. That brings up the lefty, Braylon Frierson, who's in pitching for Calvary Christian. Will he square around and try to bunt here from the left-hand side? And he's not squaring around, but he watches the first pitch cross the plate for a strike there from Cox to make it 0-1. Gets the sign from Coach Smith over at the third base. Coach's box. Not a big lead over at first from William Hilton. Squaring around. Braylon Frierson lays it down, but it goes foul for strike 2. 0-2 count now on Frierson in the 8-hole for the Knights. Bo Reese is on deck, the right fielder for Calvary. One down here, 0-2 count on Frierson. Pitch upcoming. And inside corner, but it goes inside, too far, past Cannon to the backstop. That'll make it a 1-2 count on the wild pitch. But William Hilton makes his way to second base here with a 1-2 count on Frierson. Does Coach Steve Smith still try to get the bunt laid down by his pitcher? Or let him free swing here with 2 strikes? And that one's in the dirt on the breaking ball. Good block that time by Cannon. And that keeps Hilton over at second base. But now the count's even 2-2 here in the top half of the 8th inning. And swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the 8th strikeout in relief in 2 2/3 innings for Connor Cox. And that'll bring up the number 9 batter, Bo Reese. The right fielder, 0 for 2 on the day, flown out to center, walked and reached the second base, and grounded out to third. Cox. First pitch swinging by Bo Reese, and it's going to be missed for strike 1. Back to the plate here, 0-1 count, 2 down, runner on second. Popped towards first base. Carswell's under it, foul territory. Collects it for the 3rd out as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base as we head to the bottom half. Russell County up to the plate here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
We are the only live and local sports talk show in East Alabama, West Central Georgia. Sports Visions 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
And we're back here. It's the bottom of the 8th, still in extras here at Russell County High School. Frierson still on the mound for the Knights. And coming up to the plate, leading things off for Russell County, it'll be Victor Hernandez. And then in the on-deck circle, in the previous inning, it looked like Grant Johnson was going to pinch hit for Hernandez. But now, Grant Johnson in the on-deck circle, looking like he's going to pinch hit for Carter Cannon instead, the catcher for Russell County. So Hernandez stepping up to the plate now as we get ready to start this bottom half of the 8th. So far, Frierson able to come in and set things down. It was a big base running blunder in that 7th inning that caused Russell County, but this was blooped in center. And can he get to it? And he makes the out on the dive. Does Ellison. Came running in, short center.
Stepping in the box, number 99, Grant Johnson.
Great play by Trip Ellison out in center field. I couldn't quite see if he caught it or not, but his reaction when he got up, he pumped his fist, knew he had gotten it. So with one down now in the bottom half of the 8th, we've got Grant Johnson pinch hitting for Carter Cannon. Swing fouled back to the screen, strike one. 0-1 count now. Harley Schaffner, the shortstop, started off the game in center. He's on deck. So Carter Cannon comes out 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, a fielder's choice reached on, and a walk that he reached on as well. Both times making it to second base and unable to score, being stranded there. Strike on the outside corner to make it 0-2 now on Grant Johnson, the pinch hitter, number 99 for Russell County. And low and outside, ball one. He didn't chase to make it a 1-2 count now. As we're approaching the 3-hour mark here in this ball game. It's been a good one, though, 3-3. Great seasoning opening ball game between both teams. And the off-speed pitch drops in there over the bat of Cannon. He swings and misses for strike 3, making it 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Harley Schaffner. And he's 1 for 3 on the day. Reached on a bunt and an error by the pitcher in the 2nd inning. Flew out to center in the 4th and an infield hit in the 6th. 1 for 3 on the day is Schaffner. Here with 2 down in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a base hit up the middle, past the glove, outstretched by Frierson. And Schaffner gets his 2nd hit of the day as he reached base for the 3rd time now. So that puts him on first base with 2 down now in the bottom of the 8th. And Van Richards stepping to the plate. Richards 1 for 4 on the day with a hit and a run scored in the 1st. 3 strikeouts since then, all swinging. Looking to avoid that golden sombrero here in the 8th inning. And outside ball 1 to start things off. Schaffner, the speedy, I was saying center fielder earlier, now to say shortstop. Over at first base, we can look for him to maybe try and steal one. And the throw over by Frierson, not in time. Schaffner gets back easily. Lefty on lefty matchup here with the leadoff batter for Russell County and 2 down in the 8th inning. Outside ball 2. He's ahead in the count now. (2-0) count. Do you go hit and run here and go ahead and send Schaffner over to second? Hoping to get one across the plate that Van can hit out into the field. And he swings, and it's going to be fouled out of play down the third base side. 2-1 count now on Van Richards, the Russell County left fielder. As we see here in the 8th inning, tied up at 3. All 3 runs by Russell County scored in the first. All 3 runs by Calvary Christian, unearned by mistakes on the Russell County defensive side. So as we sit here tied up, that one out of play as well, and that'll even the count 2-2 now on Van Richards, the Russell County leadoff batter. You see him kind of shake his head a little bit, take a breath, trying to collect himself here and get focused, knowing how crucial this at bat is. Sorry, mushmouth here late in this ball game. And high and inside, that makes it a full count. So you can expect Harley Schaffner to take off on the pitch on second base here with a full count and 2 outs in the 8th. Pickoff move, not in time. Schaffner gets back really without a tag. Trying to see if he'd catch him leaning with the full count. And poked back, staying alive is Van Richards. Count remains full here with 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. 7th pitch upcoming now between Frierson and Van Richards. E.J. Richards in the on-deck circle for Russell County, 2 for 4 on the day. And it hits him. And he'll head to first base. So it's the first time he's reached since the first inning, but that moves Schaffner up to second base and brings up E.J. Richards, the third baseman, who's had a great day defensively as well. But he's 2 for 4 at the plate with a double in the first, a ground out to the pitcher, a hit out to center, and struck out swinging in the 6th, his first time facing Frierson in the ball game. As we got a little bit of a discussion going on at the mound here with 2 down and 2 on for Russell County as the infield gets together to discuss what to do here, from how to approach E.J. Richards at the plate. Another one with a big day in the on-deck circle now is Connor Cox. He's 3 for 4 on the day, as well as coming in to strike out 8 in relief. Now we get set up here. Frierson on the rubber. E.J. Richards at the plate here. Tie ball game. 2 on, 2 out. And high a little bit outside. It's going to be ball 1 to start it off. Can E.J. Richards get the walk-off? Inside, good stop there by Kennedy to keep the runners from advancing, but it moves the count to 2-0 on E.J. Richards. Frierson so far, 45 pitches coming into the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1, makes it a 2-1 count now on E.J. Two, 1 pitch, 2 outs, 2 on for Russell County. Schaffner, the speedy, on second base in scoring position. And that one drops in on the breaking ball. Catches E.J. Richards kind of off balance. You can see his reaction as it crossed the plate. Knew that he got caught off guard. He was guessed wrong. And that evens the count up 2-2 now. Great pitch by Frierson to get that one over and make it an even count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 will end it here with 2 on. here in the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base, no errors for Calvary and Russell County as we head to the top half of the 9th now. Still a 3-3 ball game on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Vision's morning show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Pessimists, exhibitionists, for long-distance love, for the far-sighted, nearsighted, for introverts and extroverts.
You can find the Sports Vision's morning show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Vision's morning show, and download the Sports Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
We are the only live and local sports talk show in East Alabama, West Central Georgia. Sports Visions 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
And we're back here as we get ready for, like me and Richard were talking about between innings, if this was just regular pro baseball, minor league, college, pro, the 9th inning wouldn't be a bad thing. But we're still here. It's the 9th inning here in the high schools. We're in extras. A little bit of free baseball for all you watching online and even here at the ball field. Connor Cox still on the mound for Russell County in his 4th inning of relief. He's given up 2 unearned runs, but he's also struck out 8 in 3 innings so far. And it looks like Calvary bringing Nate Osborne back into the ball game after he was substituted out for Jackson Samra. In the 5th inning. So Nate Osborne back to the plate here. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, hit by pitch, and a pop-up to second. As we lead off the top of the 9th here from the top of the order for the Knights. Outside ball 1 from Connor Cox. Cox has settled down after coming in, throwing 27 pitches and giving up 2 unearned runs in that 6th inning, with just 33 pitches in the last 2 innings combined. Poked, right side, looks like Carswell's going to try to get under it. He's waving everybody off, and he can't quite get it as it was swirling over there in foul territory. Couldn't get up underneath it. You felt the breeze. Between the lights and the breeze and the way that one spun off the bat of Osborne, he just could not corral it. And that drops to the ground, making it a foul ball and an even count. 1-1 now on Nate Osborne. Connor Cox with the sign is set up for the next pitch. And high, ball 2, 2-1 count now on Osborne. On deck for Calvary is Trip Ellison, the center fielder. He's 1 for 4 on the day, but with a couple of great defensive plays out in the field for the Knights. And that one's poked out to left field. Van Richards under it, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And that sets down the leadoff batter for Calvary Christian, so to bring up Trip Ellison, the 2-hole hitter and the center fielder. He had a hit and a stolen base in the 1st inning. Flew out to left, grounded out to first, and struck out looking in the 7th. 1 for 4 on the day for Trip. As he comes back in, stepping into the left-handed batter's box. Again, Connor Cox still on the mound, his 4th inning of reliefs now. 3 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 unearned runs. And poked out to left field again. Van Richards looking to get up under it. He backs up and makes another one play as Trip Ellison tried to go oppo. And Van Richards able to collect it out there. Both outs here in the ninth. And that'll bring up Jackson Kennedy. Oh, yeah. Connor Cox is his fourth inning in relief. Yeah, he wasn't. You had Ryder Kiesel started off, pitched the first 5. Connor Cox came in relief in the 6th. And he's been doing well since that 6th inning. As we get ready with 2 outs here, and Jackson Kennedy, the catcher, up to the plate. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Reached base 3 times with a walk. Has a double and a hit, both out to center field. And that one hits off a light pole, and I believe it hits somebody's mama in the bleachers. Hopefully they're okay. You hear a little bit of laughing down there as they were all more or less shocked by the ball coming down on top of them. So 0-1 count now on Jackson Kennedy, the 3-hole hitter for the Knights. You've got Liam Hocutt, the cleanup hitter and first baseman, on deck. Timeout by Kennedy in the box as he steps out. Again, he's popped up to short, walked, reached second, doubled in the 5th out to center field and was stranded there, and had a hit out to center in the 7th. Stranded there as well. Outside corner for a strike makes it a 0-2 count now on Jackson Kennedy. Here with 2 strikes in the top of the 9th. 2 outs, 1 pitch. Could send Russell County back into the dugout to bring their bats back up to the box and try to end it here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And a little bit of a waste pitch there, trying to get Jackson Kennedy to chase. He doesn't do it. And that makes it a 1-2 count now on the catcher for Calvary. You've got one team, like we said earlier before at the beginning of the broadcast, who's won 6 state championships in a row. You've got another team trying to rebuild a program and get that dynasty back with Coach Danny Danielson. And that one just outside to even things up 2-2. As you can see, the Russell County dugout ready to walk and congratulate the end of that inning, but it was a little bit outside. I'd probably say about 8 inches from here. And Connor Cox toes the rubber back to the stretch to get the sign now. Jackson Kennedy back in the box. And swing and a miss, and that'll end the 9th inning. Big strikeout. The 9th one in relief in 4 innings for Connor Cox, and that'll end the 9th inning on the top half, and that'll send Russell County back to the box to hit and try to end this and get a walk-off in the bottom half. It's all tied up. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. And we'll head back onto this in the bottom half of the 9th inning on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're back here for the bottom of the 9th. If this was a regular game, it'd be a normal thing to say here is it's a tie ball game, 3-3 at Russell County between them and the Calvary Christian Knights out of Columbus. You've got Braylon Frierson still on the mound. He's gone through 2 2/3 innings in relief here. The third pitcher for Calvary on the day. As Russell County brings up the meat of their lineup, the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Connor Cox, Cameron Brewer, and Hunter Phillips. Cox, 3 for 4 on the day. Double out to center, a hit out to center, an infield hit, and a ground out to short. But that base running blunder in the bottom half of the 7th that caused the double play to end the inning. But he's done a great job of relief as well. 4 innings so far behind Ryder Kiesel. Takes the first pitch a little bit high and out, ball 1. And that one's going to be inside, ball 2. 2-0 count as he gets ahead of Braylon Frierson here in the bottom of the 9th. He's been able to, ever since that first inning, they've been able to keep Russell County off the scoreboard here as they had jumped out to a 3-run lead in the first. And that was hit out to left center field by Connor Cox. Is it going to get over the center outfielder's head? And it does. It rolls to the wall. He's going to stop at second with a double. 4th hit of the day by Connor Cox. And it couldn't come at a better time here in the bottom of the 9th with no outs to lead things off. And you've got your cleanup hitter stepping into the box now.
Incredible hit by Connor Cox. He's going to get the third as he getting that pitch runner.
Looks like either that or he's just taking off the shin guard. We'll see. Nope, he's heading back out there. He was just taking off the shin guard, giving it to Coach Danielson. So he'll head back out. And he'll be in scoring position here with nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Big double off the bat of Connor Cox with Frierson on the mound. And that'll bring up Cameron Brewer, the right fielder. He's 0 for 4 on the day. He struck out twice, flew out to center, and grounded out to second. Will they try to bunt Cox over to third? And Frierson throws it behind Brewer, and it goes to the backstop. And that'll move Cox over to third base. So he's 90 feet away. And Coach Smith bringing the outfield in to try and stop any kind of sac fly. If it's hit behind him at this point, the ball game's over regardless. He's trying to stop a ball from getting to the ground. And as closer they are in, the easier it is to get a throw to the plate with Cox at third, just 90 feet away after the wild pitch. 1-0 count on Brewer. Can they walk it off here with nobody out? Connor Cox over at third base. Brewer hits it up to the pitcher. He looks back. Cox over at third. Good play there by Frierson to get the first out. He looked Cox back to third base. Cox went back, kept the run from scoring. And that'll bring up number 2, the second baseman, Hunter Phillips. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a base hit. A ground out to third, a ground out to first, and a walk. So he's reached base twice on the day. Has the Russell County second baseman. So now we're down 1 out. Connor Cox, my apologies, over at third base. Hunter Phillips at the plate after the ground out to Frierson by Cameron Brewer to get the first out of the 9th. And swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1. Good pitch by Frierson. So far on the day for Russell County, they've got 3 runs on 13 hits. Just unable to get them across. Stranding runners on base every inning except for the 5th. And outside, even it up 1-1 now. Russell County has left 11 runners on base so far today. Calvary with 3 runs on 3 hits, and they've left 9 on base. In the dirt, and it gets past the catcher. Cox making his way home, and he slides head first for the walk-off win for Russell County as they take their season opener against Calvary Christian 4-3 on a wild pitch from Braylon Frierson. As you see him walk off the field, they're a little dejected, but that kid came in, pitched his heart out. Both both teams played a great ball game here today. And it just came down to that in there. And what better fitting way than for Connor Cox to score that winning run on the pass ball, as he'll end up being our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game, number 4, Connor Cox, as he went 4 for 5 on the day at the plate, but also went 4 innings in relief, got the win, gave up 200 runs, had 8 Ks. And that gets the first win here for Russell County over the 6-time defending state champ Calvary Christian Knights to start off the 2026 season here in Alabama. It's been a great day today. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Houston Clinic. My partner in crime with me today, Richard Holdridge. Still holding up over there, Richard?
Oh, yeah. Trying to work the audio issue, but, great broadcast.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's been a great game today here, and you can hear the crowd get a little hype there in Russell County as Danny Danielson came from third base as Connor Cox is running home. Danny Danielson pumping his fist, ready to get that first win of the season and get this program going in the right direction, and he does so. And we'll get ready here as we got more broadcasts going on. We got the GIAA basketball playoffs going on our broadcast. We have the Southeast Baseball Classic going on this weekend. We got broadcast galore. We've got 5 or 6 going on just tonight. But again, we'd like to thank you all for watching us here. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. I'd like to thank Richard Holdridge here with me. This is Mike Frost, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Visions Morning Show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Visions Morning Show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Visions Morning Show, and download the Sports Visions radio app right now in your app store today.
We are the only live and local sports talk show in East Alabama, West Central Georgia. Sports Visions 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.